What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Three Key Teams Today Show, episode 76, something like that. I'm your host, William Prue with Real Estate One.
And I'm your co-host, Janowski with Real Estate
Somebody,
One.
she forgot her name. It's Cinco de Mayo, she may have had a couple drinks, so we don't know where she's at quite yet. But we have a very
I'm on a taco buzz.
special guest with us today, and I'm actually really happy that she found the time. She's an extremely busy woman, and I'll let her introduce herself and jump right in.
I am Corrie Dye Hale, and I'm with John Adams Mortgage. I've been with John Adams for about 5 years now.
5 years, but 30 plus years in the business. So that's why I say we're so honored to have Corrie on today's episode, because if there's anybody that knows the market and what's happening with interest rates and with mortgages, it's Corrie Dye Hale. So I guess we will attack the elephant in the room and kind of get your thoughts on how you feel about interest rates right now. Are they good? Are they bad? How are they affecting the market?
Well, I mean, they're compared to the last couple of years. Of course, they're higher, but historically they're still low. So we don't want to get scared, but they are going to go up.
Right.
All the analysts say, with the market the way it is, they're trying to get the government, back in play, housing back in to where there's going to be houses. As you guys know, we have lack of inventory, and rates are a big factor in that. So.
Right.
So what do you think is causing interest rates right now? Why is the Fed deciding that we're going to make increases at this point in time?
Just low inflation. The war was the first thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect us directly, but we get a lot of goods from some of these, areas that are affected by the war and wherever that. But yeah, so that was the first part of it, and then now it's a matter of we gotta get back and slow this down. It's a lot of unfortunate for our 401ks and our interest rates, but it'll stabilize, and you'll see that it was worth it in the long run. And then, again, historically we have a refi boom every 3 years or so. If somebody's getting in a house now at the higher rates, you'll be able to refinance in a few years and bring that back down.
Right. Which is awesome.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome, because historically you've seen that there's a refi boom continuously, and so we have people that are saying, well, then why don't I wait for interest rates just to go back down? And me and you talked about this earlier today. What was the exact reason that you thought would be the best reason to attack the market now as a buyer versus wait?
Well, for one is I believe they're going to go up more, and that's one key point. The other part of it is if you're renting, rent's going up as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another huge part of this. So at least if you're purchasing, even with the rates higher, if you can afford the payment, for a few years, stay in it, build that equity up, and it'll pay off in the long run when you go to refinance it.
Right.
Bam.
Yeah.
And that was the best way to explain it too. So when we're talking with buyers all the time, they're like, well, the interest rates are going up, and because they were so used to seeing 2%, historically low, and then for some reason in their heads they were assuming that, well, it's just going to keep going down. Well, we know that being historically low, eventually they're going to go back up. So addressing that was important, and of course we're seeing rent it's insane.
Oh,
It's absolutely
I mean, we just got a statistic from the Mortgage Bankers Association, that said rents are up almost 40% right now compared to a year ago.
Yeah.
A lot of
and it
that
shows-
too is that because people are working from home,
Right.
landlords, apartment complexes, they're taking advantage of that.
Right.
So, housing wasn't just a place to sleep anymore. Now it's a place to, to live and work and
Do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the interest rate on a rental, guys? 100%.
100%.
You get nothing. You're
100%.
no
You get
equity,
nothing.
no nothing. Yeah.
No
so,
refinance options.
No. So yeah, always it's better to own versus rent.
100%.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So now that we attack the elephant in the room, because I swear it's just there's so many mixed emotions out there, like you said, with the war, with interest rates rising, the lack of inventory, it's just very competitive out there. So what I want to talk about, because Corrie is our go-to lender, the best in the business, right? Tell us about John Adams and some of the things that they do for their buyers.
Absolutely. Well, we are very aware of what's going on in the in this rate environment. So we have come up with a program. It's called Lock and Look. It's going to be a little bit higher than someone that can, close in 30 days because we're going to lock it for free for 60 days. So it's, we're hedging the rates with
Did you
the
say
feds.
free?
free.
You guys heard that, right? You think that's free is great, right?
Yes, and that's huge. If you're looking in the next, 60 days, why risk it? Lock in.
Oh yeah.
So that's a huge, like I said, if you've already found a home and you're going in 30 days, you don't need the lock and look.
Right.
But if you're out shopping right now and you're just not finding it because we know there's lack of inventory, get on the lock and look program. It's gonna, because rates are only gonna go up.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that's key. Our technology, we've really vamped up our mobile application process.
Yep.
Someone can, you can check the status, you can check the appraisal, you can do all that right from your mobile phone.
Right. You can upload documents to it.
You
as well.
absolutely
Yeah.
can.
So that's super convenient.
Yeah.
I thought that was an
I
awesome.
mean, it's everything at a click of a button on your phone, and back in the day, right? I mean, we haven't been around that long, but you had to wait and wait and wait. Now everything's happening so much quicker, so that means quicker closings, which means you're beating that potential, that rate unlocking or whatever
Right,
the case
correct,
may be,
correct.
which is awesome.
Yes.
So behind us, we actually have the application is called
Loop.
Loop, and it's that
Keeping
simple.
you in the loop.
Keeping you in the loop. You can download that app. What I'm going to do at the end of this video is I'm actually going to add your website, add that in there. So the people that are thinking about it right now, jump on the app, just kind of play with it a little bit, and you'll learn really quickly how easy it is to use. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us.
Right.
And don't be scared to get a pre-approval right now, even if you're not looking. A lot of people say, well, I don't want my credit, pulled. It's a hard pull. You can go up to 3 times in a 30-day period without affecting your credit. And how are you to know? We want to see what your credit is, because you may need to, have some credit issues that we need to take care of. And this
Right.
gives us, that opportunity to do that. We have free credit repair. We can guide a buyer all the way, through to where they're ready.
Right, and that's exactly
Beautiful.
that's the biggest thing we have. We always have the people, number one, worried about, they've been working on their credit so long and they're scared to go and get a pre-approval because they're scared to watch their credit drop. And not a lot of people know about what you just said. So
Yeah,
just to
that's
clarify really quick on that, you can pull it up to 3 times without it affecting your credit.
Correct. So, the reason they do that is because, of course, the lenders, they want you to shop around.
Right.
It would be like you went to a car to buy a car. Of course, you may not just buy the one right there if you're the first person you see. We're the same way with the mortgage lending. We want you to be able to shop around.
Right.
Okay.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Which is what I think a lot of people get confused about. So that's great to know. And you heard it first, right? Come on now. And then I was going to ask one more question that we were talking about earlier today. What was it? I forgot. But you had a question. Go
I
ahead.
did, yes. So what your turnover rate to get pre-approvals is 24 hours or so, right?
Just about.
Okay,
Yeah, sometimes I can do them
That's
sooner. I know
super
I've had some emergency ones that, oh my gosh, because we know if you find that right house,
Right, we need it.
there's 10 more people that want it as well.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll get it, as fast as we can, so that, we're very aware of the market.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And I've seen
Which is
you work
awesome.
miracles personally.
Couple
Like I said,
hours.
Corrie is go-to lender. She has the gear, she has the experience,
Yeah.
and she's a straight shooter, and that's why we love Corrie, because she's going to tell you how it is. She's not going to sugarcoat it. She's not going to try to hold your hand and pull you along like, okay, we're going to get you there. She's going to say, listen, you need to do this, and that if you want to get a house. If you don't, okay,
Right,
we'll talk
right.
to you later, right? And that's what
Exactly,
we want. And that's
exactly.
what we want.
And I'm a downriver girl. Lived here, a long time. I know the market, and I know almost all the realtors down here, so we work well
Which
together. So
is
That's what I was going to say. Yes.
beautiful benefit that you
Yes.
guys do not understand how important it is to have a good lender for that exact reason, because you got to know what lender you're working with and whether or not they're good. That's
Right.
what realtors think about.
And we're going to tread that line very
How
carefully, because
fast can we
we're
get
not
to the
here to
table?
badmouth people, but when you have people
Absolutely.
that are
Reputable.
reputable and they know the community, and because you have the listing agent on one side, right, and they want to know that they're working with the lender. Oh my God, I've done 3 deals with her in the past.
Right.
I know
She's
that this
fantastic.
lender is going to get it done versus somebody out of state, that we just don't know. While they could do great business, we just don't know. So having
Right.
that guarantee that we're going to know what's happening during the transaction is huge.
Yeah.
So
It's very easy to the mind.
yeah, technology now will let you go anywhere.
Right.
But if you can't sit down and have a discussion with your lender, that could be something that you may want to think, what if,
Right.
so.
Right. Yeah, that's also very important too.
Okay. And I know you're a very busy woman, so I'm not going to keep you much longer. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention?
Just that I'm always number one on the MISHDAs in Michigan State Housing Authority for those first-time home buyers. They're really vamping up their programs to have more people be able to get into that first home. They have a $7,500 down payment assistance program, and now they have a $10,000. They've upped their income limits. They've took away assets verifications.
That you just told us that today.
Yes,
that was awesome.
That was exciting news.
It's so exciting.
So they took away their asset. Let's talk about that a little bit more. And that's for MISHDA?
Correct.
So we're not worried about a potential buyer having too much in assets anymore.
Correct. Which, I mean, you know, a lot of our first-time buyers live with their family and they're able to save.
Right.
And you know, back in the day, MISHDA's was $10,000. Then they upped it to $20,000. You can't have more than $20,000 of liquid funds.
Right.
Not talking 401ks and things like that.
Right.
And that could be hard for people that have been living at home. And it could be hard on housing now because there's a lot of appraisal guarantees going on, and you want to be able to have that money to compete with other offers.
Right.
This allows us to do that now because they can have more than that $20,000 in the bank.
And you are the MISHDA queen. We know
She
that.
really is.
We know
I
that.
have done a lot of MISHDA loans.
Yes.
Couple of
yes.
WPFS as well.
Yeah.
And it was such a smooth process.
It's very nice for those first-time home buyers. Definitely.
Yes, 100%. My gosh.
So again, I'm gonna leave her information in the post everywhere I post it, and then you will have direct access to Luke and her contact information. We're gonna wrap up this video. She's very heavily involved in our association and has a lot to do on Cinco de Mayo.
Yep.
So
And as we were talking about last week, I think it was last week or the week before that, she is the affiliate of the year that we were talking about, Corrie Dye Hale.
affiliate of the year for our
Finished that one of our
association.
videos.
So as you can see, I mean, the people that
See
we
why.
have around us, right, are the people that are heavily involved and know the other real estate agents out there that are in the Downriver area. So just another key point to remember. But we'll wrap this video up because we could talk all day. I know we could. As always, guys, it costs $0 and 0 cents to be a decent human being in this world. Call Corrie, get a pre-approval. What are you waiting for? These interest rates are just going up. We'll see you guys on the next episode.